Hello everyone, my name is Mitsuhiro Takata. Today we are gonna study 6th grade mathematics again. And today's topic is how to analyze data. First of all, let's go through the problems we deal with. There are 4 problems, part 1 and part 2, part 3, and finally part 4. Now, let's solve the problems. First of all, feel free to stop video and do the problem. Now, let's go on to solving. The table on the right shows the scores of 5 people, A, B, C, D, and E. So this table, score 45, 18, 10, 7, 5, and people. 5 people, A, B, C, D, and E. In a game with a maximum score of 50 points. So maximum score is 50. So 45 is pretty good, and 75 is not good. Identify the person whose score is closest to the average score. So first of all, you have to find the average score. How to find average? So average is each person's sum. First, you have to add up all the people's score. So you will calculate the sum of the scores for 45 plus 18 plus 10 plus 7 and 5. Then you are going to divide this sum by the number of people. There are 5 people, so divide by 5. In this way you will get the average. So let's add up these numbers. The upper side number is 85 divided by 5. Now let's reduce these numbers. 1, 1, 7. So the average is 17. The question is identify the person whose score is closest to the average. So you can see 18 is the closest to 17. So the answer is B, 18. Let's go on to part 2. First of all, please feel free to stop the video and solve the problem yourself. Now let's get started. Part 2. The table on the right, this table, is a frequency distribution table. Frequency distribution table is something like this. Times and number of people, and showing the arrival time of students in a certain class. For example, so this example is useful. The time range 7:20 to 7:30, this one indicates that one student arrived between 7:20 and 7:30. Also, this slot 7:30 to 7:40, there are 2 students too who arrived between 7:30 through 7:40, and the total number of students is 40. Now let's go on to problem number 1. Number 1, find the number of students represented by A here in the table. The total number of students is 40. And number of people 1, 2, 5, 18, 5. So you can subtract these numbers from 40. Then you will get the number of A. So let's calculate this. 1, 2, 5, 18, and 5. And subtract. So 1 plus 2 plus 5 plus 18 plus 5 equals 31. 40 minus 31 equals 9. So number 1, the answer is 9 students. 9. Let's go on to number 2. Calculate the percentage of students who arrived after 8 o'clock. Before calculate the percentage, you have to calculate the number of students who arrived after 8. You can see 18 students arrived from 8 to 8:10, and 5 students arrived between 8:10 and 8:20. So you can add these numbers equals 23. 23 students arrived after 8 o'clock. Now let's calculate the percentage. Percentage is the total number of students will be denominator, and the target number of students will be the numerator. So you will calculate 23 divided by 40. Now let's calculate this one. Whole point. Seven. And 5. So 0.575, and this is decimal, and this is a decimal. You have to convert this one to percentage. In order to do that, you multiply this number by 100. So 0.575 times 100. If you multiply something 100, you will move the decimal point to the right by the number of 0. So there are 2 0, so 1, 2. So 57.5%. This is the answer. Let's go on to part 3. Feel free to stop the video and do this problem by yourself. Now let's get started. Part 3. The histogram of the right percent, the histogram on the right, this one, represent the 50-meter race times of class 6A. This number 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 is the number of people. And this slot 6.8 to 7.0 or 7.0 to 7.2 and so on is the time of 50-meter race. So this part means there are two people who ran 50 meters in a time between 6.8 and 6.7 seconds. And this part means there are 5 people who ran 50 meters in a time between 7.0 and 7.2 seconds. Now, let's go on to number 1. Question number 1. Number 1, how many students in total recorded their 50-meter race time? Now, you can calculate, you can add up to 5, 7, 12, 6, 4, 2, 1. So you have to add 2, 5, 7, 12, 6, 4, 2, 1. And if you add these numbers, you will get the total number of students who ran the race equals. The answer is the number of the students is 39. Number 2, how many students recorded a time of 8.0 seconds or more? 8.0 seconds, this one, and or more, so this one. So the answer is 2 plus 1. So this is number 1. Number 2, 2 plus 1, because there are 2 people, 2 students who ran in a time between 8.0 and 8.2, and there are 1 student who ran 50 meters in a time between 8.2 and 8.4 seconds. So equals 3. Number 3. Ken had the 10th fastest time in class 6A. So 10th fastest time means, okay, this person is the fastest, and then this 3 people is the up to the 3rd fastest, and here from here this 1 plus 2 plus 4 equals 7. So up to here 7 fastest per people are in here, and this one, so up to here 7 people, and up to here 1, 2, 4, 6 means 13 students. So in which time range does Ken's record fall? So Ken should be in here. So the answer is the time range of 7.6 to 7.8. Okay, now let's go on to part 4. Alright, let's get started. Let's go on to part 4. First of all, please feel free to stop video and solve the problem yourself. Now, let's get started. Part 4. Students from West Elementary School and East Elementary School were surveyed about their commute times, and the results were summarized in a frequency distribution table and a histogram. Our frequency distribution table is this one, and the histogram is this one. And first, let's look at the table. There are 3 columns: time, West Elementary School, East Elementary School. And in the time column, there are some rows: 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30. This means the commute time. So you can see that there are 6 students in West Elementary School who commute to school in between 0 and 10 minutes. And also there are 9 students in East Elementary School who commute to school in between 0 to 10 minutes, and so on. And look at this histogram. West Elementary School, the time slot 0 to 10, there are 6 students. Again, there are 6 students. And the time slot 10 to 20, there are 7 students. And in the table also there are 7 students, and so on. Now let's solve the problem number 1. Number 1, create a histogram to represent the commute times of students at East Elementary School. This histogram is West Elementary School, so you have to create. Okay, I created a blank chart for East Elementary School, so let's write it down. Number 1, create histogram to represent the commute time of students at East Elementary School. So the time slot 0 to 10, there are 9. Okay, number 1, East Elementary School, slot 0 to 10, there are 9 students, so 9. And 10 to 20, 10 students, so this like this. And 5, and 3 to 44, and 4 to 54 again, and 50 to 62. Yes, so this is the answer of number 1. Number 2, compare the frequency distribution table and histograms to commute times for students at West Elementary School and East Elementary School. What observations can you make? Okay, let's go on to number 2. I put the histograms of both schools. So comparing these histograms, you can say more students, the students in East Elementary School takes less time to commute to school, because you can see, okay, comparing this part and this part, in East Elementary School, more students takes less time than West Elementary School to come to the school. Alright, that's it for today's lesson. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you like it, please press I like it button, and also please press subscribe button. My name is Mitsuhiro Tagata. See you later. Goodbye.